Hey kids, welcome to Unit 2, Lesson 8, Mutator Methods, exercise number 1. We have a what do you think this program does? Let's jump into the code and see what we're working with. Under our main here, we're instantiating a new shirt of the shirt class, and it is taking 3 parameters, a string large, a double 1075, and looks like setting a boolean to true. Then we have some print statements, and it looks like under this new shirt object, we're calling this get method or accessor method from our previous lessons we learned about, and we're calling it in size, price, and get short sleeve. Then it looks like we're printing off a dash line, and under this new shirt object, looks like we're calling the set size method and passing one parameter along small, and then we're also accessing another method called set short sleeve and setting it to false. That's pretty interesting. Then we're printing off 3 more statements. Looks like under that same new shirt object we instantiated, we are printing off the get size, get price, and get short sleeve method. Let's take a look at these subclasses here. Close doesn't look like it extends anything, so it looks like it's its own subclass. We have 2 private instance variables. One is a string size, the other is double price. We have a no argument down here, and it is setting size to small and then price to $10.99. We have a parameterized constructor down here, and it takes 2 parameters, new size and new price. And it looks like they're just setting new size to the size up here. So it'd be small, and then the price $10.99. We have our get method here, and this just allows access outside of the class. So if you call the get size method, it'll return whatever the size variable is. Here we have one for our get price. It's a double. And if you call that method outside the class, it'll just return price. Here is our set size, set price methods we saw. And we haven't talked about these. I know a lot of the future lessons are going to cover it, so I'm not going to get too in-depth right now. But these are called set methods. And if we can get access outside of the class to get a variable, what happens if we want to change that variable? Well, we got to write a method to do that. And that's what a setter does. Sets a new value to the variable that we're working with. And that's how we can do it outside of a class. So it looks like if I want to change the size of the shirt, I would call the set size method. Same thing with price. If I want to change the price of that initial object, well, I could call the set price method, and it'll do it right here. Next, we have our shirt subclass, and it looks like it is extending clothes. So shirt is a subclass of clothes. It has 1 private instance variable. This is a boolean, and it's called has short sleeve. Its no argument or default is going to just have has short sleeve, and it's going to be set to true. Our parameterized constructor here takes 3 arguments. Looks like we have size and price from our closed class. We're just supering them or getting them. And we're adding our new one from above, has short sleeve. That means our no argument will just give 1 if we're using it under the shirt class, and not give us access to the size and price. But if we're passing along parameters, it looks like we have access to those methods under the closed class. We have our get method here, and it looks like it is a boolean method name get short sleeve, and it's just returning whatever has short sleeve is set to at that present moment. Then if we want to change that value at some time, looks like we also have a set method. And this one void, we don't want to return type. And I just want you to notice one thing here. When we get a method, we have a return. When we set a method, we have a void. Just something I think we're going to explore down the road here. The method name is setShortSleeve. It is a Boolean, true or false, and it takes the parameter newShortSleeve. Anytime I call setShortSleeve, I can change the variable hasShortSleeve to whatever I want. Going back here, what do I think is going to happen? So this object, we're creating new shirt of the shirt subclass, and that's a subclass of clothes. So remember, we have access to some parts of the methods of clothes. First, we're printing off that size, price, and does it have short sleeve? And in our initial object, that should be large, 1075, and true. Looks like we got a dashed line printing. Then, under that new shirt object, we're going to change those values from large to small, and then that it's a short sleeve is true. Then we're printing all those numbers off again. Well, let's see if I'm right, kids. Looks like it printed off just like we thought. Initially, we got large, 1075, and true. We got our dashed line. Then we changed those values of our object from large to small and true to false. Looks like those get methods get values and set methods change values. I'm pretty sure we're going to learn more about this in the coming lessons. Key takeaways is an introduction to what we're going to call set methods. And again, set methods are what we can use to change the values of an object that we already have. Under our new shirt method here, we change the initial values of large 1075 and true to small 1075 and false. And without these set methods here, there would be no way for us to change the value of the object without creating an entirely new object. The remainder of this lesson really dives into this. The important thing really to take away from this lesson is in Java, these set or mutator methods reset the value of the private variable. This gives other classes the ability to modify the values stored in that variable without having direct access to the variable itself. And this again goes back to the idea of encapsulation. An encapsulation is this idea of walling off these private instance variables and what can be done with them. And why encapsulation? Well, hopefully after these lessons, you've learned we have better control of the class attributes and methods. And since these class attributes can be made to be read-only, that's using the get method, or write-only, and that's using the set method, we have better control. This gives us flexibility to change one part of the code without affecting other parts. This also increases our security. So hopefully from these last couple of lessons of get and set, you're truly starting to understand what this idea of encapsulation is and how Java uses it. Hopefully, kids, this video helped you understand mutator methods a little more. As always, if you have any questions, come see me. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next lesson. See you later, kids. Bye. Bye. Bye.